What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Bigfoot here, back. The final video of the Monroe Minans. But we are not here today as a competitor. We are here today as a host. Imnaz is here in the
What's up?
chat.
What is up?
All right. Finals game in about, my watch says 5 minutes.
Yep.
Little short interview. Tell me a little bit about. We have some of your team here. Tell me a little bit about what the game plan is, what you're expecting from him.
Well, I mean, we got Agent Bolt for the sweep sweep,
Mm-hmm.
because it does Agent Bolt things. But mainly in prepping for the team, I I so last finals when we played, he expected me to bring some crazy thing that I
Mm-hmm.
could have brought, and he really hard prepped for that. And so I didn't bring it, and I had a little bit of an advantage. I still won 3-1, so maybe it went to five, but who knows then. So I decided to bring a definitely a themed idea,
Okay.
um, and so it is status upon status for Espathra and Dragapult to click Hex. Um,
Okay.
so I have Lumina Crash Hex Espathra. Um, which is pretty darn good into his team. Um, I didn't want to bring Roselli Belly on Chen Pao, but that's the only way in certain situations to live against Weezing. And if I get +2 against him, Chen Pao goes hard. So
Okay.
there's that. But mainly it's wear down his team for those last two to kind of just click hex and um, and see how he deals with it because he has to deal with you know paras or toxics, burns. That's why Dragapult has Scald, because then that's
Okay.
more of a chance to burn if he's switching in, on something. And then Hex right after that. So it's definitely an interesting theme. I don't know how much it's going to work, but the calcs look pretty good, so it just comes down to play.
Okay. Okay. So a theme of just chip him down and until you can run house with the hex on the bird and the pult.
Yep.
Very interesting. Okay. What are you expecting from him in terms of just maybe a general overview of his team and a couple things you're maybe a little bit afraid of?
Uh, so I don't expect Weezing to be special defense. I do expect him to bring it. Rocky Helmet does really well into Chen Pao.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's definitely something. In trying to figure out what his Espathra counter is going to be, most likely going to be Bronzong, because I'm Terra Fairy, so he can Garaball and kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Lumina Crash is quad resisted. I do have like Shadow Ball and Hex like I have, but in a 1v1 that always wins. Miltank just is a great mon, so it's gonna come, and then Garchomp. Those are the four that I feel 100% is gonna come, and if it doesn't, like that, I'll be surprised. Um, oh, one interesting thing is I do not expect the light part at all. I mean I don't see how he brings it. So
Right.
because uh, if he does though, Espathra gets hard walled.
Oh no.
Because it's just Lumina Crash Hex, so it gets hard walled. But
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
I don't expect it at all.
Right.
I think the best set for him with the team I brought, mainly thinking about the Hex mechanic would be AV Miltank. If he brings AV Miltank, that might just win because um, Hex immunes. The only way I'll do anything is if I burn it. Oh, and if it's either AV Miltank or Covert Cloak Miltank. So like
Mm-hmm.
that's the items I got to figure out where he's bringing. Um, the other slots I don't know. Because he could bring a lot that's either scarfed or he could just bring max speed Zero Aura.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think that the four I said are should come because I think they're probably the best forms of his team.
Right.
But then after that, it could be whatever he wants.
Gotcha. Okay. Obviously, you have your pretty much. Yeah, I said this to Plaz earlier today when we were talking about doing the interviews, and everybody's kind of got their like 2 to 4 like all-star sort of picks. Your four obviously being Chin Pao, Belly Bolt, now the Espathra, and Dragapult. Um, and then the kind of other two are just the wild card sort of things. What really made you decide to bring Fortress and Slowbro as your wild card slots over like stuff like Grimmsnarl and a couple other things?
Slowbro Regenerator, probably the best teleport kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then extra hazard or status. Um, and then because that fit with the identity of the team I was building. I kind of wanted to bring a like Amnesia Iron Defense set.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I was +6, like max defense, everything, 180 Mega Evolved Slowbro did 20% to Weezing.
Oh my
So
gosh.
just
Holy moly.
yeah,
Oh
that card
wow.
was insane.
That's
So if
crazy.
I can pair it and then get a Hex in there, uh, it'll do a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And Fortress mainly for um, hazard control. Um, Thought about Serena, but it's kind of unfortunate either way because both of them are kind of weak to fire, and
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of Zero or Blaze Kick kind of ruined me last time, and both of them being my hazard controls meant that's gonna happen either way. And Fortress I felt was better.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I'm definitely because I'm not bringing Salazzle, so the I expect Toxic Spikes and Wheezing.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to play around that. Um, but that's why I chose Fortress over Serena.
Okay. All right. Um, yeah, kind of wrapping up at least your portion of is there anything that you would like to say? And I'm gonna kind of get you guys back in here to talk a little smack to each other. But before obviously you guys face each other last finals, are you more confident in this finals than you were last? Obviously you have a win up on him, but is it like you liked your team better last season? You prefer this team going into the matchup? What are your final kind of thoughts about at least matchup wise how you're feeling?
I think he has a better team, whether it's I don't know if it's matchup wise or not. So I'm definitely less confident
Hmm.
um, than I was, um, but definitely trying to over time get over that and just play well, not kind of get in my own head.
Right.
Um, I think I came up with a solid game plan that can throw him off, and um, it could be something to where if he doesn't have a good answer, it could win, all the games.
Hmm.
So it's definitely going to be interesting, but definitely less confident than I was last time. I went into
Okay.
last time not knowing how I was going to be able to play.
Hmm.
Um, First season in Big Juice, first season kind of draft it all, and just kind of played aggressive and trusted myself. But it's definitely daunting because he's coming here with a vengeance,
For sure.
and he wants it more, and I have to step up, and that's the part where it's definitely where it makes it difficult is he doesn't have to step up because that's how he's been playing. I have to step up because not only I've won on him, but I'm defending my title.
Right. Absolutely. The title defense. This is WrestleMania main event moment right here. This is the final straw as we have so rightfully titled it. So, um, well, with that, best of luck, man. If you want to kind of slide your opponent in here whenever you head back into general, but I'll let you know whenever we can come back and do a little smack talk or Skywalker. So,
Yeah, I'll go in there and get him.
all right. Best of luck, man.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right. As you guys just heard from the champion, the defending champ, um, he's ready. He's a little bit nervous, but he's ready. Oh, and
Oh.
here we have number two.
Number two, number two.
Number two. Hit that face cam, big man, so they can see you in the corner.
Okay. Let me
And did you send me your team?
I'll resend it.
Okay. Gotcha. Definitely just leak two teams for next season. That's okay. It's all good.
Do you like that?
We can edit that part out, I think. Hopefully.
Got editing software, big man?
No.
All right, then you're gonna have to deal with that. Hold on, I think this is the issue. Let me do that.
That's really unfortunate.
Okay, let me turn
Can I
off
just
camera.
copy this, pokey paste, and put it in?
If you just go to the URL, it'll just. Oh yeah, you can copy and paste the whole thing.
Into yeah. Let me see. Alright,
Hold
well
on,
there's no way around it now. There's no way around it. It's leaked.
Move. All right. Let me.
I do this every time I make a video.
All right. We're good now.
There we go. Oh my god, it's dark, but we're here. Here we are. All right, we're gonna put it on.
Because I have Pokey Paste open, I can.
Gotcha.
There we go.
There we go. We're gonna put it on the go right here. Okay. All right. So we're leaking teams for next season. This is unprofessional. It's okay. We're good. Okay. All right. So how we feeling?
Oh man, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, like this whole season for me, like this is gonna come off the completely wrong way, but this whole season for me personally has felt like filler. You know what I mean? Like it feels like a Naruto filler episode. Like, and I don't mean that to discredit any of the people I've played throughout this season. I've had a lot of close games and a lot of good sets, but ever since I lost to Mnaz last season, I kind of just had a feeling that it was gonna be a rematch. I don't know what told me that. I just had a gut feeling.
Right.
Just the way he was playing in playoffs last season, and just the way he played during all of his sets. It basically told me that as long as he can replicate that behavior again, I would be playing him again most likely. And the whole season he had a pretty rough one again, but regular season Mnaz is just kind of there. He's just doing his thing. But fuck, holy shit. Second I saw him beat JC, I kind of just knew. I knew JC was probably the one person that could take him out of playoffs.
Right.
I know originally in my original bracket I had Josh going, but that was kind of just like, I knew there was going to be an upset somewhere in playoffs, but where it was going to be I didn't know. Once I knew B was playing Josh, I knew that was most likely going to be the upset because B's team is just so good into Mnaz's.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, ever since November, I kind of knew that this was coming. It was just a matter of just positioning myself to also be in finals. That way I could get the rematch I've wanted.
Gotcha. Okay. So I asked him. I'll ask you. What is kind of your game plan moving into this, going into this game? What's the win con? What's the plan? What do you have?
So, I don't really like offensively. I don't really have like. I guess if you're to label like a singular win con as like an offensive threat. I have a Scarf Garchomp.
Which is what I have on screen actually. That's I picked him for the So he's gonna stay right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Garchomp just it outspeeds his whole team. Last time we played, he brought Scarf Dragapult. It's like a 50-50 if he brings it again, but it didn't really do what I think he was expecting it to do. Right. So I'm not really anticipating him to bring Scarf again on it. I could see a Life Orb mix-up. I could see a past 2 games in playoffs, he brought Banded, which I could see because I think he'll most likely run boots on Chin Pao. So, um, Dragapult probably gonna be some like Life Orb Banded shenanigans. So yeah, Garchomp outspeeds his whole team. One-Side Terra, he doesn't really have a good way of killing me besides like Sacred Sword on Chin Pao, but I'm faster, so he's forced to Sucker Punch me, which if he's not banded, Adamant doesn't do terribly too much to me. So Garchomp is like my offensive win con, if you had to put it that way. But really my win con is just making sure everything on his team just doesn't have up, because like I think he'll be boots, which means he has room for Sword Stance on Chin Pao, which is a little scary. Spathra, always a threat. Dragapult, he could bring like a Dragon Dance variant if he really wanted to. Like his 3 main offensive mons, they could be set up, even though Pult, I'm not expecting it to be. So yeah, I guess kind of segue into what I'm expecting him to bring. The first 3 I just named: Chin Pao, Spathra, Dragapult. I'm expecting so last time we played, he didn't have a Spathra. He had Chin Pao, Dragapult, Salazzle, Fortress, Bellibolt, Lilligant. Doesn't have Lilligant anymore, and he didn't have a Spathra before, so I'm expecting Lilligant to get swapped out for Spathra. And then realistically, I could see him bringing everything to this game but the Serena and the Slowbro. But even then, Slowbro is like a good pivot on Garchomp just to kind of like scare it out. Fuck.
We're getting choked up.
No, bro, I was sick like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've had this terrible fucking this scratchy throat shit for like the last like 3 weeks. It's been terrible.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Slowbro, I could see him bringing if he's scared about Garchomp. But other than that, really the only thing I'm not expecting him to bring would be Serena.
Right.
Sandaconda, I'm like, my team that I'm bringing, funny enough, is actually pretty weak to it. But traditionally, my team does pretty good. Last time I brought Roserade, I'm not bringing it this time. Blastoise just comes in on it for free every time. So I don't think he wants to really give Blastoise free switch-ins like that. So, everything else on his team I'm really expecting, but the 6 I'm like anticipating the most would be the Espathra, Pult, Chin Pao. There's like 100% brings. Like, if he doesn't bring one of those 3, I don't know what he's doing. Bellibolt has just been like his glue to his team. Assault Vest just is good. Last time we played, I didn't bring Garchomp, so it was really hard for me to kill. Fortress, I could see this being swapped out for Salazzle, but last finals I wasn't anticipating Fortress, and he brought it, and he hazard sacked me, and since Fortress was really his only good hazard setter, I didn't bring Defog, which Toxic Spikes kind of put me in a weird spot. So
Right.
I could see Fortress just for the sake of having it. You know, it's a best of 5. It's gonna be a long set. Having something reliable that can Volt Switch out, get hazards up is just gonna be good. Again, if he doesn't bring that, last time we played, he brought Salazzle, which it did pretty good in my team. Actually, it was actually pretty scary. But I think if he brings it again, he'll probably be that substitute Toxic set just because it outspeeds everything on my team. Like, naturally, it outspeeds everything on my team but Zeraora, so he can kind of just fuck with me like that. And then the scary thing is I'm anticipating Grimmsnarl. Now, he hasn't brought it in a while, but dual screens against the team, just against my team in general, like, I don't really have a good, like, my best defogger, Tornadus, is a Prankster Mon. I can't do that. He's a Dark type. I mean, I could run Defiant, but again, just bringing Tornadus, just free Chin Pao fodder. Not really excited about that. Doesn't really do a whole lot to Bellibolt either.
Right.
So really my only way of stopping dual screens Grimmsnarl is Brick Break on Miltank, so if he brings Grimmsnarl, um, I'm just gonna keep it a $150 with you. It's gonna be a really tough game for your boy.
Okay.
But if he doesn't bring Grim, which I'd be insanely surprised if he doesn't, he'll probably just bring Salazzle and Fortress together. So yeah,
Mhm.
those are really like the Pokemon I'm expecting. I know I kind of like talked about everything on his team, but
Mhm.
you know.
Right. And you kind of answered my next question too, because I asked him. I said, "Hey, everybody's kind of got their like main couple guys. I would say yours probably on your team would be Blastoise, Zeraora, Garchomp, and Miltank, and then like your two wild card picks would be like Magmortar and the Liberty, whatever that thing's called, the Bell,
Bronzong,
that
yeah.
thing, Bronzong. Um, and you kind of already answered why you're bringing those, at least Liberty for just doing the couple of things, and obviously everybody knows it kind of just can sit in front of a spot through minus a couple of moves, so there's that.
I
And
mean, yeah,
then
I'll get more into the nitty gritty of my team, I guess.
yeah,
So
we kind of know why the four are here, mainly the wild card two. What are they here to do?
okay, so the main, I'll say main three. Miltank, I switched him out a couple times this season, so I'll go over it a little bit just because I think it is slightly important,
Mhm.
but I'll go over him last. Bronzong. Reason I said I'm a little weak to Sandaconda is because I'm bringing Heat Proof. Because
Mhm.
again, last time we played against Semnez, Salazzle put a lot of work in. Again, I didn't even bring Bronzong the last time we played, so he might not be expecting it, especially since he has a Dragapult Chinpao. He can very easily kill me. I'm max special defense, so again, gonna be a rough game for Bronzong. Got to play it really well.
Mhm.
But the potential Bronzong has in this game is momentous. I think his importance is probably equal to Magmortar's, funny enough, even though they're like my wild card picks.
Mhm.
Clear Amulet prevents me from getting -2'd from Lumina Crash. And even if he's offensive, Shadow Ball won't do a whole lot to me. And if he's defensive, Gyro Ball does less, but his Shadow Ball does less. So
Okay.
it's like a trade-off I'm willing to take.
Right.
Even if he doesn't Terra Fairy, Gyro Ball is going to hurt just because of the speed boost.
Mhm.
Earthquake for Salazzle, I can 1v1 it.
Right.
Stealth Rock, good against his whole team. Again, if he's bringing Salazzle Chinpao, only one of them can have boots, and it'll most likely be Chinpao. So just getting the chip damage off on everything else is going to be nice. And then Trick Room. His team is just so ungodly fast that I need to keep the speed control on my terms. Like, I need to be playing the speed according to how I want it to be. And also, just if I get a Trick Room up, nothing on his team. Like, his defensive Pokemon, sure, can switch in to the Gyro Ball, but I mean, realistically here, it prevents him from wanting to bring out his offensive threats on Bronzong.
Mhm.
Maybe not the Chinpao because he can Sucker Punch me. That's slightly different, but for Dragapult and Espathra, the Trick Room really negates them from doing what they want to do on my Bronzong, which I like.
Okay.
Miltank, I'll just go really quick. Standard set, but Thunder Wave is pretty important because if he's not Scarf Dragapult and he's max speed timid, he's 421 speed, and that makes it so my Blastoise and my Magmortar, they're both 211 speed. They will both outspeed Dragapult, and that's a big. That's just big because if I paralyze any of his offensive threats, that means like basically my whole team will outspeed them. That's just good. And then the last one, Magmortar. This is a pretty funky EV spread, but I'll go over it. The HP and defense are there because it guarantees that if I'm at max HP, Adamant Bandit Chinpao cannot one-shot me with one single move. He
Mhm.
can't. We are Impish Nature, which is a little funky because that's plus defense minus special attack, and we have Lava Plume. But realistically, there's no other stat I could lower here because I need the Spadef just in case I need to eat a special hit. and I have investment in everywhere else. So yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't run a neutral nature because if I was, then it's a roll if he can kill me at max HP. So I had to be impish. It's a little funky, but it does its job. Toxic, I can toxic the belly bolt, the slow bro if I need to. Just toxicing his team is nice.
Mhm.
Earthquake for the Salazzle. Lava Plume just it's for Fortress. It still gets destroyed. I mean, even though I'm an impish nature, my special attack is only like 4 points lower than my attack stat, so I'm
Mhm.
pretty much like a mix attacker. It's like pretty even, and anything catching a burn on its team is just gonna be big. And Mach Punch, does like let me pull my damage calc really quick. Let's see here. Magmortar, Mach Punch to Chin Pao does 51 to 61.
Okay.
So if I can just get him weakened, if he's banded, which he could be, um, eh, 2 switch-ins on rocks plus Mach Punch will kill him, which is massive.
Right.
And if he's not banded, then things on my team can then live the hits from it, which means Magmortar isn't as important. But once he sees Mach Punch, he's gonna be forced to Sucker Punch me, which he can get Flame Body burned, which if Chin Pao gets burned, very bad for him. So
Right.
Magmortar is kind of like my Chin Pao check. The last time we played, it was Hitmonchan,
Right.
R.I.P. Bozo.
Hmm.
Couldn't get the job done, but yeah, Magmortar is just here to just make sure Chin Pao cannot do what Chin Pao wants to do.
Gotcha. Okay. And kind of to round out the interview, and before we get a little bit of smack talking in before the match starts, matchup wise, obviously he's one up on you in finals, but from your last team for last season and this team for this season against his team, are you more confident in this matchup, less confident in this matchup? How are you feeling?
Okay, so last season, the thing that really tripped me up was the last 2 times we played in regular season. I, there were close games, but I 2'd them both times. So,
Hmm.
and he made a couple trades, one of which being he got Ndidi. I thought the only way he could beat me is if he brought Psychic Terrain. So, in my mind, I had 2 ways about going in prep. I could either one prep normally and be
Hmm.
very weak to Psychic Terrain if he brought it because I couldn't like Sucker Punch or Dragapult in the terrain. I couldn't use any priority.
Right.
And 2, I prep for the terrain, but then I'm very weak to his normal team. So
Hmm.
for me, it was just a big 50-50, and I got it wrong. I still feel like I played very well in the match. Granted, he beat me. I beat him game 1, and then he beat me the next 3 games to win. But game 3, I got a very unlucky damage roll with Shaman. If I get that roll, I probably win that game, and then we go to a game 5. Then, I'm not gonna take that one away from him. Then it's like we probably go to game 5, and then he probably still beats me. But even though I didn't prep for his like my Dragapult was even slower than his Tapu Koko, for example. Like it, I just felt very threatened by his team. So I
Right.
felt like I had to prep for the thing because in my mind, like if he brought the same sets, like he wasn't gonna win. Brought very similar sets and won, so I
Hmm.
guess that's just on me. But this time around, the matchup is extremely in his favor. I mean,
Okay.
if he brings offense again, if he brings dual screens Grimmsnarl, it's pretty much an insta lose. Like I'm just gonna be honest, it's an
Wow.
insta lose. Um, I'm expecting a Life Orb, Lumina crashing Espathra, which if he takes out Bronzong, not a whole lot on my team can deal with that.
Hmm.
Just offensively, his team does a lot. I mean, he has like the 3 best offensive Pokemon in like Pokemon. So
Yeah. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
And I mean, even defensively, like I'm not like his team defensively is weird because like I have answers for it, but it's just a dependent on like which mons he brings.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I've prepped for like pretty much all of them, but Sandaconda. But even if he brings Sandaconda, like Blastoise just comes in on that. So at that point, it's gonna be a matter of preserving Blastoise. But realistically, in my mind, the second we load into the game, if I see Grimmsnarl, mental's gonna be a little shot off bat. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
But if I don't see Grimmsnarl, it's gonna be a game. It's gonna be a
Okay.
game.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let me here. I'm gonna shoot him a message real quick. Let him know it's time.
All right, get him in. Get him. Get
Oh,
him in.
he's in. He's in.
Oh, sheesh.
All right. All right, fellas. I'm
Oh,
gonna
man.
I'm gonna kind of just give you guys the floor. Whoever wants to say something first, just give like a little brief thing, and then we'll I know you guys are ready to get this party started. So.
I'll let Emez go first. I mean, he's got the
No,
champion's
so-
advantage.
No, the challenger goes first.
Oh, okay,
And,
okay,
yeah,
little bro.
I am the defender.
All right, all right. So, I don't know. So, how you feeling, big man? How's your day been?
Today's been all right. Just definitely anticipation. That's
Yeah.
that's what I got going.
I mean,
But,
listen, man. I got one loss on the season.
I know you want it.
Haven't even dropped a game in playoffs yet, man. 3-0'd Chris and Croc. So, Chris beat you. So, I mean, he beat me too. But, you know, I didn't switch Chin Pao into a Bug Buzz. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah. But me in playoffs, I don't make those mistakes.
Let's just say Chin Pao last 2 weeks of regular season just took a break. Bro just took a break for the last two.
Took a vacation. All
Yeah,
right.
He
man.
did.
Yeah.
He
Bro
did.
got bozoed by the Dunsparce.
Oh my god,
It was boom bursting.
it was incredible. That was yeah. But he's
Some-
back
some
in playoffs.
unluckiness. There was a crit. But yeah, playoffs. Hey,
Yeah,
I had
that
to
base
defeat the
50
season
Spadef,
one champ
dog.
again to get to the finals, and
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you your game against B. You played very well, but your game against JC, bro. I mean, season JC had, I was expecting a little bit more from you.
hey, Chi-Yu just goes ham. That's I didn't have
is
any
true.
answers.
That is
Didn't have any answers. So.
Agent Bolt can't hold all the weight.
Yeah, seriously,
Sheesh.
he does a lot. He does a lot. But yeah, no, it's this is gonna be a good game, and I need my play to do the talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same boat, but you know, obviously, trash talking aside, probably gonna be a game fiver. I know last season it wasn't, but you know, if my boy Shaman did me right, probably goes to a game 5.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away. You probably still would have won. I mean, it was one turn, but yeah, I mean, played better than me last time. Got the better of me in prep. Just caught me off guard with what you're bringing, but no, I got a good feeling about what you got this time. So
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're gonna bring too, and we had a lot of time to think about this, so I'm excited.
yeah,
Outside
boy
of
had me
everything,
waiting.
Waiting,
Hey,
bro.
life happens, man.
You're not wrong. My schedule
true.
doesn't help in that.
All right. Well, it
So
is
I'm
about
ready, yeah.
30 minutes past when we were supposed to start, so I will end this video with the kind of the saying of the Juice World Series is gentlemen, you must come correct or you must not
Let's
come
go.
at all.
This is this win right here. This is going to my boy Finch. R.I.P. the goat.
R.I.P. the GOAT. All right, gentlemen. Best of luck in your games. Yeah. We will see you guys afterwards.
Sir.